think it's recording. Yeah. Okay. So I mixed the yellow, the Indian yellow with the white to make a cadmium light, and I showed you what the Indian yellow looks like on the board when it's by itself. And there it is right there. Okay. And I explained that my walls are blue, so the yellow is picking up that blue and it looks a little more greenish than it actually is. So when you mix it, it'll look much more clear and much more bright. Okay, so when I mix a little bit of blue and go a little bit because blue's strong and work up to your green. Can everybody see this down here?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I'm gonna make it not too dark yet. Remember to clean off your brush in between values. You can use tints, tones, and shades with your abstract painting. Here's a light green. Believe it or not, that's a light green next to the yellow. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can make it even lighter by adding white to it. So I'm tinting it. I'm making a tint so it's not so dull. I'm going to rinse off my brush again because it had a lot of green on it. Wipe it off. Losing my voice. I'm going to paint it again on the side. I didn't do too much. I need more white, but it did make the next step over if I paint right up next to it. Can you guys see that? It's a little bit lighter. So you're going to have a lot of variations to work with because this is only one set of complements. You're going to use two sets. So you need to play around with your paint and decide which two you like the outcome of. You can also use the straight color, but don't use like more than a quarter. You know, like I could go in and go, okay, I'm making a complementary color and I want this part of it to be blue. So blue right up to the green gives you, you know, there's a whole variety. And you can use both yellows if you use, when you're mixing, you can use yellow ochre, which is going to give you a darker green. A big table. I showed you the Indian yellow and how to make cad yellow. So now I'm going to take the yellow ochre, put it out on the, it's already opaque. It already has a base in it where you can't see through it. Indian yellow is the only transparent yellow. That's why I had you get it, so that when we do glazes, you'll have a transparent yellow to work with. Yes, I can do this. So this yellow right here, you can see what a different shade that is, the color. It's a completely different color than any of the colors I got with the Indian yellow. When I add a little bit of blue to this, it's going to go darker quicker. It's making kind of a puke green. You know, like olive green, maybe more tasteful. I'm going to show you the difference between that green and the other green. I'm going to paint this way. Because this yellow is darker and not transparent, and I didn't add any white to it, you can see the difference there, right? Mm-hmm. So let's add some white to it so that you can see. Yeah, I did not just do that. I'm going to just add it to what's on my palette knife. It's going to be really, really light. You'll learn to recognize colors in other people's paintings. You'll look at, once you start mixing and playing with them yourself, you go, oh, I know what that is, because I made that before. So here's a tint. I'll hold it up so you guys can see it. See the difference between the blue and the yellow ochre straight, and then adding white to it, how it changes that color. Now imagine extending your palette out to adding black to your colors, adding different values of gray to your colors, and doing the tints. I'm just doing the tints here and showing you how to make cad yellow with the Indian yellow. Don't use the Indian yellow straight. Any questions? You're gonna have to play around with it and choose a color. So those of you that, you know, are ready to start on the next one, don't start on it yet till I give a lecture on Thursday. You can come up with a design. You can play with your colors like I just played with this on the back side of a board, the board you're gonna paint on. Anything you don't like, you can always paint over. Don't forget that you can always use the wipe away trick. And I'm gonna do that with, just add water to a leaf, okay, to a rag. And let's see if we can reactivate this one that's almost dry. Let's say we got it too dark and we wanted it to go lighter. You can see what happened when I wiped it away. It's still a little bit yellow. I could go all the way to the white, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. Turn the rag over. This reactivates pretty good. You guys have a lot of working time with this, more than straight acrylics. So if you got too dark, wipe away and go lighter. That's a possibility too. Use the white of the board to lighten up some of your values, and you can build the darker colors on top later. Now, do you have any questions? I think our classes should all start at noon. You guys need more coffee? You need a break? Okay. The one good thing is
I just need sleep.
You sleep? Yes.
Yes.
That. Well, hopefully that'll get you started on playing around with the paints and understanding complementary colors. And don't forget that let's see, let me pin the other one because I'm sitting in front of the computer now. Where did I go? I'm right here. Okay, so don't forget, the complementary colors are straight across from each other. You have to make your secondaries and your tertiaries. Okay, these are your tertiaries. This is your secondary, tertiary. And make your value scale to add different grays to your color as well. You have a huge palette by using just 2 complements and mixing them. The true color when you mix them in the center should be brown, and in the lecture tomorrow I'm going to go over that and show you images. You can go there now and look at the lecture, and you'll see a chart from Color and Design that came out really well. The lighting on the picture isn't that great, but you'll get the idea of it's more green on one side, more red on the other side, and there's a brown color in the middle. So you also have the neutrals, which is brown. And when you look at those images and go, I don't see any color in this. This one looks all brown. That's why they're mixing the colors and getting different variations of that neutral between complements. Okay. Hopefully you guys all have this. If you don't have it, take a screenshot of it right now. I'm going to hide my face. Everybody got it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm done. Just in case you didn't have it. So does anybody need any help or want me to look at their work or what they're working on right now?
Yes, you can look at my work.
Okay. Well, we have the music stopped, and I'm going to stop recording right here though.